timing is really everything. Because as you know, a number of the companies that have been all involved in doing image sharing or video sharing on the web, and I guess YouTube comes to mind, was sold for $1 billion. Unfortunately, I was 10 years too early when I started Picture, but the timing is certainly right for rich internet applications, and it's really my pleasure and privilege to be here talking about that. Before I start, what I wanted to do was just spend a few minutes talking about Adobe. I trust that most of you are really familiar with what Adobe has done, but the fact is that in the 25 years of our existence, we really haven't changed our mission, and it has been to help revolutionize how the world engages with ideas and information. And it's true that virtually every piece of printed material that you see, whether it's a newspaper or a magazine, every website where you might have a graphic on it, every video that you see, is probably touched by a piece of Adobe software, the packaging that you see on a bottle of water, and the billboards. And so we think we've had a pretty profound impact on publishing as a whole, but we're frankly even more excited about the world we come in, where we think what we call network publishing will emerge, where the real desire is for people to create content that they can repurpose across print, web, video, and wireless. And so as we see the explosion of digital content happen with us, we think that we're again uniquely positioned. One of the things that we talk about a lot at Adobe is that customer expectations have changed. And these expectations have changed frankly because of the amount of digital explosion that we see ahead of us. Because unless one has compelling information in which a company can create a brand and represent a brand, it's frankly lost in the digital noise that exists. And so one of the things that we believe needs to happen is that engagement needs to occur as an imperative. A lot of companies today focus on building brand loyalty and thinking about brand loyalty and customer satisfaction. We like to think that at Adobe, those are inadequate means. And recently in an economic intelligence unit survey that was done, we found that over 88% of companies worry that they are not creating what they call engagement with their customers. The fact is that the barrier for their existing customers to switch from using them as a technology provider or a solution provider to others has lowered. And so what people are really looking for is how can they create a more engaging experience to make sure that in addition to customer loyalty and customer satisfaction, they can actually have a more engaging experience with their customers. As you know, Adobe was involved in revolutionizing desktop publishing. We created the language PostScript, which enabled people to take what they see on screen and print it out. And along with Apple and Canon, that was really the birth of desktop publishing. We then saw a tremendous amount of explosion in websites, which was truly a leap forward in the ability for enterprises to create an engaging experience with their customers. Electronic documents, while still nascent in some countries like India, are truly exploding in other countries where enterprises are realizing that in order to have a more efficient correspondence with their customers, they need to make sure that all electronic documents are not just static, dumb documents, but truly contain intelligence associated with the business process that they're trying to transact with their customers. We've seen that in social networking, things like interactive media, the phenomenon of MySpace as well as YouTube is exploding. And so interactive media is also clearly one of the areas that people are focusing on. But it is our opinion that all these frankly pale in comparison to the opportunity that's presented through rich internet applications. We believe that we're at the cusp of a new paradigm of applications, one which combines the power of the desktop and the connectivity of the internet. The reality is that the web experience that exists today through web browsers is very limited and has significant limitations.